going on, guys? I wanted to document this. I feel like this is going to be the start of, could be the start of my ministry to speak to those who deal with anxiety or face the battle of anxiety. And I don't say my anxiety because it's not of me. I'm a child of God. It's not something that's in me. I don't believe that. I feel like I've put myself in a place where my body is responding and my mind in a way that has caused me to shift, and it's brought on anxiety. Without going into, well, I guess I'll go into detail for you guys. So I'm anxious. I'm not anxious now, but I've been dealing with it all day. So I want to bring comfort to you guys. So this is a journey. Like I'm documenting while I'm going through it right now, because I had to come outside and just pray, because thoughts were just coming in. Random thoughts, man, just random. I text my wife and she told me, this is what I have to go through. Have to rewire my brain. I have to go through this process. And as I begin to come out here, man, I begin to feel strength. I begin to pray. I begin to feel strength. And I begin to hear God's voice. And letting me know that there's a greater calling on my life. I've been through this at least 3 times, these little episodes. And each time it's the same thing. God was resetting my foundation. I think I allowed God to become second place to trading stocks. And the last 2.5 years, my joy and my peace was gone from stock trading. I didn't realize it. And so when I said I was going to give it up, I began to get chest pain in my chest. And then that, I think, turned into anxiety, fear of something wrong with my chest. And I found myself back in this fighting anxiety. And if you guys have dealt with it, I know you're understanding now. But we're not in it alone. Those who are fighting this thing, you're not in it alone. And I know tomorrow, since I've kind of allowed it to mess with my brain, tomorrow it'll probably try to do the same. But I've conquered it for today, I know. Because I've kind of shaken myself. And I have to do that. And once I do that and get my authority and strength over this thing, it leaves. So I see the power of God. I just have to work on the initial shake. Do that in the morning, And that's what I'll tell you guys. Do it in the morning. Don't wrestle with it. Understand that God He has a plan for you. That ought to settle your thoughts and settle your mind. But you have to speak to that thing, man. When I came out here and I began to speak to the devil, I began to speak to the lies and tell him, no, you're a liar. You're a deceiver. You want me to be fearful. You ultimately want me to kill myself. And I haven't had suicidal thoughts, but ultimately that's his goal. He wants to get you defeated, or either you kill yourself or you go back to things of the world that are not good for you, which I'm not doing either of those. But as I was praying, man, I felt like God was telling me to start this journey. Start it. Document the hard times. Have it, for a journey, so you can see your progression. And as a reminder, of what it looks like for others So I wanted to do that for you guys. And I'm sorry, but as I was speaking, as I was praying, God began to say, document it. And I feel like this may be my ministry, to speak to those who deal with anxiety, which is of the devil, really. And let me say this. So I feel like anxiety fell upon me. I feel like God uses anxiety, but I feel like the enemy comes in and changes it, right? And I feel like God brings anxiety to clear my mind, because I really feel like I'm losing my mind at times. And I think it's a reset that's happening, and I'm fighting it though. And that's where I'm not just saying, okay, God, have your way, do what you need to do, but I'm fighting it. And then that's when the enemy comes in and starts turning it to fear. You know, just, it could be little things like, you're not gonna finish work today, or you're anxious right now, you can't sit down, and you get jittery, you get scared. But no, I began to I said, no, man. I said, no. If this is God's work, then I'm gonna let him work. I'm not gonna let you interfere and try to come in and do something totally opposite. And as I did that, I began to feel peace. I began to feel at peace. So yeah, I pray that this is the first of many, man. That I stay consistent with it. That I document the hard times. That I come out here and be honest and truthful with you guys. That, hey, I'm facing voices or, intrusive thoughts right now. I'm feeling anxious. To show you guys that it can turn around. This video is not supposed to be this long, but I pray that it helps someone. If you're finding yourself anxious right now, know that God will bring you out. If you are a child of God, if you're seeking him, seek him even more. Seek him more and more and more, and draw closer to him than ever. Let your thoughts be on him. Read his word. Talk to someone who's spiritual if you need to. We don't know how long this is going to last. I don't know. But I plan on helping people through this. So be blessed, guys. Stay strong. Keep your mind on the Lord.